Hi guys, my name is Victor and you're welcome to another episode of the Realtors Talk. So today we are going to be discussing one controversial topic that has the capacity of breaking the remaining legs of the already shattered table. So just stay tuned. So with me today I have two beautiful ladies on my right and on my left. So tell us your name.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Williams, but you can call me Jess.
Interesting.
Judith.
Alright, so let's get going.
Let's get on with
Let's get going. So we'll be discussing today the challenges faced by female realtors and women in real estate. So before I start, I would like to ask Jessica, so why did you join real estate?
So, I don't want to sound vain, but really the only motivational factor for me for anything is the funds, is the money. Do you understand? And it's not just the money, it's the independence that comes with what you earn and how you earn it, right? It's not tied to someone's pay slip or whatever. You are your own person. It's an avenue for you to set up your own, should I say, company, because there's so many niches under real estate, quote unquote. There's the property development, there's the facility management, there's being a realtor, there's being an interior designer. There's so many things that you can do under that niche. So it helps you, you can build in the real estate industry by just being here.
All right, so Judith, can we hear from you? Why did you decide to venture into real estate? Why real estate?
I had pointers. I think people told me I'll be good in it. That's literally what happened. People told me I didn't really know I had capacity, but then when I started, they don't know. Okay, they were right. So I had pointers. That's why a lot of people like.
I didn't have any pointers. I just knew that. Look, I'm going to. Yeah, but I mean, aside the fact that I've been in media and marketing for most part of my life, like anything that has to do with sales and all of that, It was just that independence that comes with making your own money. That's what I'm doing.
Interesting. So let's get going with the conversation. So let's talk about the competition. I would come back to the challenges, which is the main cocoa. That's where we are dwelling on today. Yes. Yeah. So let's talk about the competition. Like how has it been for you so far, Judith?
In the competition between female realtors like myself, or
in comparison to the males, like how has it been so far? Do you think you guys are doing better than the males and the rest?
Oh no.
It's a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing better.
I think we've officially stepped up. And like yesterday, there was this Zoom live that CEO of Lagos did with Lekki Aja Lagos and all that. So you could see that there are lots of women they are doing things. I think the men were there before us. I could be wrong, but I can't say we're doing better. But we are really, really we're beginning to really take it seriously. Because I think there's this subtle limitation in a woman that makes you just have enough and be fine. So I can stay at the level of brokerage. I'm closing deals, I'm doing my rent, I'm doing my lease, do you get? But no, that was an instant. But then, when you now switch to the big dogs, where the men are leading is the stress of construction, of development, that whole intense work. But women are beginning to step into that. So yes, I won't say we're doing better. I think they are still leading. Please don't vex for me, it's just my honest view.
How about you, Jess?
Excuse me, sorry, I had to belch. I don't think women are doing better. I think we just have the avenue now to express ourselves, because we live in a society where, I don't know about other societies, but the African society, because African society is built on religion, is built on the Bible, and the Bible says man should work, woman sit down for house. Don't quote me, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Yeah, so we're now given that avenue to express ourselves, and it now also depends on the industry you find yourself. Is it a relevant industry? So you can decide to be what should I call it, a table maker, for example. Yes, there are already men making tables, but is it a relevant industry? So if it's a relevant industry and you're good at what you're doing, the society that we're in now would actually give you that room to express yourself. So real estate is a very relevant industry, because without that, how are we going to have the houses and everything that we have? So being that a relevant industry, if you're good at what you do, you have the network, you can sell, definitely you would excel. So it's not like they're doing better, it's just
all right.
for the
So let's delve straight into the meat of today's conversation. Let's talk about the challenges. The challenges. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this thing. But guys, don't worry. I've got your back. The bro code is. I'm here to represent you guys. So whatever happens today, I have your back. So let's talk about the challenges in real estate, especially for the females. So Jess, I'll have you again. So what are the challenges so far? What are the greatest challenges that female realtors face in Nigeria, especially?
Where do I start? How do I start? The greatest challenge, number one, is yourself.
Right.
Can you do this thing? Are you ready to do it? Even if your pull factor or your motivational factor is not money, whatever factor it is that is pushing you to do that thing, can you withstand the stress that comes with you? So once you can break that off, like, okay, whatever it is that is pulling me back, I'm breaking off and I'm moving forward, you've overcome that one. So a lot of women, we've not been able to overcome things that are putting us back. It could be anything. It could be childhood traumas. It could be whatever. I don't want to start going into all that.
So what's the greatest thing that pulls you guys back in the real estate industry?
The fact that you're a woman. The fact that you're a woman, like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to break into a male-dominated industry? You should sit back home or maybe be in the office or in a bank or doing something. The fact that you're a woman, they don't want to believe that you can go through that stress. Some people have this mindset that it's stressful. It's not a woman's job. It's women are supposed to be at home, fix their nails, sit down, cross their legs and all of that. It's stressful. We understand it's stressful, but why you never stop?
All right. Just hold that thought for a while. Let's listen to Judith. So what are the challenges that you think women in real estate face from your own perspective?
Being taken seriously and not being sexualized.
That's the table.
Yeah, it is, because taking seriously means, now let me, before I start with the sexualized part, I'm starting on table taking seriously because it will not be fair to assume every man just sees you and wants to sexualize you. So there's this stress that comes from making men, especially because the male-dominated industry, making them understand that you actually know your onions. You understand? Selling a house is not actually stressful, but knowing the business is entirely two different things. So I think the first challenge is, so like for me, actually myself, I had to watch YouTube. Oh my God. Started knowing what square meter is, started knowing what all those terminologies are. So that I myself have a good understanding of this business I'm getting myself into. Then being sexualized is, you see that situation where you actually have a serious buyer. He would buy, but he has tied the transaction to you sleeping with him.
Interesting.
See that challenge of knowing how to go around it. Trust me, it's gonna scatter this table.
But you know that particular challenge, it's not only tied to real estate, it's
absolutely.
like every
industry,
other sector.
Absolutely.
Just your boss wants to sleep with you.
Wants to do this, wants to do that.
And standing on what you just said, it truthfully just comes down to however you handle everything is how you handle it in the industry. Like you saying, it's not peculiar to real estate. However you handle it, even if there was no business involved. However, it's the same way you handle it.
And you know, they always say that it's the way you carry yourself. How you dress is how you'll be addressed. How you carry yourself is how you'll be approached. They are still wolves. They don't care how you are dressed or how you want to be addressed, but they will still wolf you out.
So let me get this point.
So it's not you at the end of the day, it's the person that you're going to.
I try to say that my gender, when we come to buy property, sometimes it's not really the properties I want to buy.
They're toasting
I want to buy something else.
They're toasting babes.
And I will say, not fully. That's not my full argument. I'm saying, even if I was selling pepper, do you get? People will still walk up to you. It's not the pepper they want to buy, it's you they want to get to. Do you understand? So the same thing happens too in real estate, you get. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean that there are not serious people who really want to patronize you or get to business with you.
Well, I don't agree with that point. I believe that my gender will just admire you guys.
Which admire?
And then we just want to buy the
Which
property,
admire?
not something else.
See,
so in your heart of hearts, in the bottom of your heart, you want to tell me that you don't believe that there are people that have made girls like me go for useless inspections that they know in their heart they're not interested in.
Nothing. You know, there's this Nigerian statistics that says 80% of every small thing, 80%. So yes, 80% of men that want to buy houses, most of the time this is the avenue to get what they want, because they know that.
No, I won't say 80 is much, Jess.
That's the Nigerian statistics. And when the Nigerian man wants to say something, say 80% of this.
Let's change it. Real estate cannot be 80. I can't say every. No, I won't say 80%. Except as your experience. I don't think 80% of the men that walk up come because of sex. Yes, they get attracted. But when you call real estate, it makes somebody, it shake body. I'm not just saying this for camera. It's my candid opinion. When you tell a young man or a guy or a man, I do real estate, it begs to question, especially when they now poke you and they find out that, okay, she knows what she's talking about. You just said at the moment, you see that I'm really doing business or not. It doesn't mean
that's why I said that regardless of what you're bringing to the table, there are still wolves out there. They don't.
My argument is just that don't say 80. 80 is a lot.
No, I'm saying 80 based on the Nigerian statistics language. Because when the Nigerian wants to rate something, they will say 80% of this. They're not sure. 80% of this. 80%
So let me ask an interesting question now. So how do you navigate around, especially sexualizing the realtor, the person that wants to sell to you? How do you? What's the strategy? How have you been able to navigate through this issue?
You just keep at it.
Okay.
It's left for you to decide. Don't let whatever you're not ready to do break you.
Okay. So did you mean that you need some intuition to be able to discern whether someone wants to buy a property or they just want your body? Do you need some extra kind of
You just need the person to speak to you.
Okay.
Either with body language or vocally. You just need the person to speak to you, then you know, okay, this person is either buying or is yet to pay. Right? And the only strategy for me, I don't know about other female realtors, is the fact that I'm just going to keep at what I came for. Right? This is what I came for, this is what I'm going to do. If it doesn't work, I'll move on to the next person. So when they bring that to the table and you're trying to think about it, you're trying to guide the transaction. You don't want to lose because you don't want to give to this person, right? Just keep at what you're doing. You're selling this property, and if the person is not ready to buy, you move on to the next person. If they don't value you at that point, I'm pretty sure there's something else you would have, maybe a commercial property or something that they would need, and it's still you they will come to. And at that point, they can't ask you for anything because you've already valued yourself in the past. I'm not going to do this. So
Judith, I guess you might have a contrary opinion, or let me hear your point. What's the strategy? How have you been able to navigate these deep waters?
First of all, I kill the fear of losing a transaction because I don't want to get down with you. I kill that fear. Okay. It doesn't matter how close. I just tell myself I literally kill that fear. So I believe that I will deal with who is serious to deal. So that whole fear, it's sometimes the whole, if I not do it now, go buy. I look at that bitch in the mirror every day and I shoot her 7 times and I'm like, no, who will buy? And then lastly, intense focus, and I consciously surround myself with men. I know it sounds silly, but I do. So I surround myself. That's a strategy for you. That's a strategy for me. Right. As I'm talking to you as a male client, I'm mentioning my male colleagues. By the time I drag Victor into the deal, and I drag George, and I drag Ayo, my brother, you calm down. Even if your libido was 80, you bring it down. So it's just sort of things. And then intense focus. No matter how you want to misguide the conversation, coming back to the point, you want us to meet, we are talking business, I should meet you in a lungu by the pool. Mm-hmm. My brother, why?
Come on.
You get? But we're talking business. So it just has to keep staring you back. So it's intense focus until the point where I'm convinced that this one, the business is not very important to him. And I got bills.
So you guys are saying that any serious male client that really wants to buy, even if you're not yielding to what they want aside buying the property, that you can actually make them stay focused on what they came for and not really want to get your body.
Yeah, you can't make them stay focused. You are the one staying focused, right? You can't make them stay focused. Whatever strategy it is that you have, stay on it. Focus on your focus. Let the person think or do whatever it is the person wants to do. You can't. There's this thing that they say, somebody who wants to stay that will stay. Yeah. Right? If you don't want to stay, if you don't want to buy, you can move on to the next person.
But also, not disagreeing. I also agree with. Also, there's also a role I believe we have in establishing our focus. Okay. Do you understand? There's a role we have, like there's a conscious effort. Because I feel like generally there is a sport. It's like a game. Do you understand? Yeah. So there's this natural, something they're just testing yourself.
Why are you testing me?
I'm telling you, and don't be offended by it. I've learned not to be. Something they're just testing you, and they will literally put the sex card. They'll put everything on the table.
That's a lie. To me, that's a lie.
No, it's
I'm
not.
not saying what you're saying is a lie, but I'm saying the person bringing that up is living a lie. Because why would you want to test me with something that extreme if you're just joking about it?
Let me tell you.
We're just joking. Most times, most men are joking about it.
Let me tell you. No, that's what you believe. But let me tell you what from my own experiences. See, this sex thing, number one, why I say it's a sport is there's not only one girl, it's not only you, it's not only me. You get? So believe me, they have a list of girls that they are juggling this juggle. And let's say out of this list, there are 5 or 10 that do property. But then they will spread both the sex and the property. Do you understand? So it's how that's why I say until you get to the point where I'm convinced that you just don't choose business over. But if whoever it is actually needs this property, they will give you that card. That's why you have a role in establishing your seriousness. Do you get? Until you're able, because a time will come when you've built that status, they don't even bring that bullshit to you again. You just find out that the only thing people talk about, in fact, they will be asking you to give them girls.
See, no matter how much you establish yourself, no matter how well you built your brand or whatever, people will respect you for that. And even the wolves, quote unquote, they've seen it that this is who this person is. Yeah. But if they want what they want, they don't care about your status or your focus or your branding or whatever it is that you've done.
Really? They don't care?
Yes, they don't care. They know that this is who you are. They actually love that you are that person, but they want to be that person that is the only one that is getting that thing. I don't know if you get my point. Yeah. So yes, they will come to a time or a period or whatever that they would, okay, let me lean back. I'm tired of trying. This girl's not going to give in, but they will still do it. There's some people.
What did you just say?
See, some men are Moses. They will see a rock. They will still use stick to strike on it because they believe that water is going to pour. Come out of it. They don't care.
No, I won't. So I still don't agree. They don't care. No, it's okay. I still don't agree that they don't care, and I still will never agree to the fact that men don't juggle cards.
That men are liars.
Even ladies are liars.
Wait. So, how many men are in this room? Nah, I don't want that to come for me. But I can tell you for a fact that there's been a time when one or two have looked at you and be like, Judith. But because of the relationship or the work environment or something, they've pulled back. Doesn't mean that they don't have that thought. I'm not saying that every man that has that thought is a bad person or just wants to use you and dump you. But always know for a fact that they are aware of who you are as a person. They respect who you are as a person, but doesn't change the fact that they have needs. And
that's why I said they will juggle the work and the sex.
If you have something to bring to the table, they see it as an avenue to get what they want. Now, the ones that respect themselves will say, oh, I'm not getting it.
We are actually saying the same thing, Victor. Yeah. I'm saying it's an avenue for them to get what they want. And there will still be people who will be silly enough to not notice when you've established your stand.
Those ones don't care if you've established.
Okay, that means we're saying the same. Because my point is, you have a role. Because they will always do that. Do you understand? They would always do that. But I still believe, for me, my results have shown me that the role I play in establishing that my focus has just been protecting me. It doesn't mean that they are not silly. It doesn't mean that they quit. Yeah. Do you understand? But they go into business with me. Do you understand? Because they know that, okay, this one has chosen over this. It doesn't mean that they are not it doesn't mean that they are not people that win, but they'll give you those two cards. See, hardly will a man actually just see you and just it may most likely start with, I like you. Yeah. Can you be my girlfriend? Do you understand? It most likely will start from that junction. Not all the time, you get. But at the end of the day, I believe that how you handle it will shake them from there. It doesn't mean always. It's just my experience.
Let me ask a question. So, are we saying that sexualizing the realtor is like the greatest challenge that female realtors are facing?
It's not the greatest challenge, but you just need to know that. I feel like Judith is babysitting these men. I'm not saying men are bad. Yeah, I'm not saying men are bad, or there are women that also do these things to women. LGBT.
Yes, we also get sexualized. Male realtors, we're also going through a lot. Male realtors, yeah.
There are women that do this to fellow women who are trying to sell houses. So I'm not just putting it to the men, but I'm trying to say that, Judith, you're trying to babysit this man. You're trying to say that you have to place yourself in a place, blah 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 blah, and then when they see you, they don't fucking care. Place yourself for you. Place yourself for whoever it is.
I'm not talking about them. I'm not saying doing it for them
or something. But when it comes to business between man and a woman, or woman and woman, depending on who you're selling to and who is interested in you, just go with the flow. If they're going to buy, they buy. If they're not going to buy, they say what they want to say. If you're not going to give in, let them go. Au revoir, monsieur. We'll move on to the next client. So don't try to babysit the situation like, oh, I'm going to have to place myself or build a focus.
Are you sure you understand me? You're just hearing me?
No, I understand you perfectly, but you're trying to play the safe card here. You're trying to play the safe card. Like, you know that this thing will happen, But you're building this wall that okay, if I do this, it's not going to happen. It's like saying,
let me rephrase what I believe.
Let's get to this point here.
I don't know if it's a safeguard. I don't know why you choose to call it a safeguard. I'm saying I know that these men will come, and they will probably come with sex and their business interests. Do you understand? And I'm saying how I present myself, yes, first to myself, is what will establish where they end up with me. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's possible I'm a realtor and I play myself so down short, even I carry myself high, and I end up only having sex with them and not having business with them. That's what I'm saying. So it's not babysitting.
I'm saying that regardless of how you place yourself,
they will do anything they want to do. No, I don't agree.
Regardless.
We will never agree there.
How do you for those that are watching us right now, for young women that want to get into real estate, they're already afraid and apprehensive, especially because of this conversation right now. So how will you advise upcoming and young females that want to get into real estate? How will they survive?
So first of all, day of creation, God created man and woman, so you cannot rule them out.
Okay.
Right? You just need to tell yourself that I want to sell. Whatever business it is you're doing is not strictly down to real estate. Even in your office space, your bank, whatever it is that you're doing, you still have this, approach from men. So it's just a decision you make for yourself, right? I'm not going to answer you. I want to focus on my job. I want to focus on what I want to do. I can guarantee you that it's not really about how you dress or how you wear your makeup or how you speak or your knowledge. It's not about that. If they want you, they want you. If you like wear deeper life, they will come. All you have to just do is say no if you want to say no, right? And you let them, linger until they're tired and they move away.
So Judith, what would you advise young females that are about to get into real estate? They're already afraid. Listen to this.
They are not afraid.
They are not. I can tell you for free that.
No, but it's not just the male factor that's the issue here. Yeah. There's so many other factors, but I think we emphasize on the male factor here because I
think it's more dominant.
Yeah, it's more dominant in all sectors.
And it will hinder your productivity because you're trying to sell to this person. This person is wanting something else. So most times it will affect how you
relate.
You can't even relate properly with the person. So I think it's a very important conversation we should have. So what would you advise young people, like young females that are about to get into real estate? What's the best way to survive this murky water?
First of all, know your why.
Okay.
Know your why you want to do it. Know your why. Because it will keep you going. Generally, like every work, it gets stressful. Secondly, surround yourself. Real estate is not a business for island people. You can't work as an only me person. Get a good team. I don't know. Surround yourself with people who would actually build and help you because you need it. Real estate is if I don't even think multi-marketing has anything.
I'm not agree.
Okay.
The question was, how would you survive the male factor?
Yes.
I've given my own side.
Yes.
No, wait.
This is my answer.
Wait now, baby.
But this is
wait.
my answer.
Wait.
Okay, let her just land.
No.
Where is my answer? She has a problem with my answer.
Just let her land.
With your answer, but you
Let her land.
I
said no.
to come back.
You should have let me land.
Wait.
If I had finished, you know why INEC is in court?
Why?
Because they had declared.
No, this is
No,
not.
wait.
This is not.
Because they had declared.
This is not elections.
Judy, hold on.
You see, I've not landed and you're stopping me.
Okay, so can you just wrap up in 1
I will
minute?
continue.
Know your why, and I will start. I know there's no time to expatiate on it, but I'll repeat myself. You have to know your why. Every wind of doctrine will actually carry you. Number 2, surround yourself with a good team. If not, you will not build. You will not know your onions enough to stand in front of a room and defend yourself. And then, lastly, please understand that these men will come. See, don't deceive yourself and feel like there will be they will come. It doesn't even matter who or what you are. They would definitely come. But that takes you back to know your why. Establish your principles and your understanding. Okay.
All right. So guys, let's wrap it up. So I want to ask one final question. So have you ever gotten a breaking point in the real estate, like so far in your workspace, where you're like, I'm tired? Just 1 minute. Let's see.
A lot of times, well, most of the time, it's not really about the work that you do. It's about everything that makes you you. It's about your life in general. Like, okay, I'm trying to do this and do that. I'm trying to wake up in the morning, go to bed at night, and then you're not getting any results, you just get tired and be like, no, I just want to take a break. And most times taking a break actually helps. Yeah, helps your body, helps your mind, helps your health, and then when you come back outside, you're able to, kick off.
How about you, Judith?
Yes, don't you remember last year, October, September?
Tell us about
After that, okay, we had one very huge deal that went south. You know, there's this kind of south transaction will go by. You know that somebody was cooking pots in the village, and he met me at a very bad time. There's no time to expatiate, but I shut down for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
2 months, and I did it consciously. I just went inside, but the energy I've carried, I think I'm at the point where I don't know. I think it was September, October.
Yeah.
Victor will be like, Judy, where are you? I or Joe, everybody was calling me. I'm like, you guys, and I wasn't even going anywhere. I was literally locked in my room.
2 months is a
It
long
was
time.
a long time because there's something called trigger. It triggered something, so I just had to take my time. I asked Victor, we don't share that money for our head. Finish.
So how were you able to come out of it?
I had to. That's why I said don't allow me land. I had to remind myself my why.
Yeah.
Everybody has a why. My why is not your why. The journey of your life, I don't know where it is to this, but I had to remind myself. I had to remind myself why I'm in the industry. I had to re-strategize my plan. So that was taking that time. And for me, all I need to do is to stay, cry, sulk, decide, and then come out again.
All right, that's fine. That's okay. So let me give you guys a free advice for free. So for females that want to get into real estate, so in the morning just wake up and you shout 3 God I beg, God I beg, God I beg, and God I beg. Thank you so much for watching.
God I beg,
God I beg before you go out in the morning. It will help you. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.